First race, top of the stretch, has Waterside Kicker, Mr. Down East, FF Stella, Evening Star, Beer Drinking Doll, Rager, Dia Harlica, and Portobello Sultan. They're off and pacing. Evening Star away quickly looking for the lead. Also driving out FF Stella. And up on the outside, that's Rager caught wide third into the first turn. They race to the opening eighth. Evening Star on the outside. Trying to overtake FF Stella. Dropping in to find a seat is Rager in 3. Followed out by Waterside Kicker in 4. On the limb and pacing in 5. As they move through the backstretch for the first time. And now settling in at the rail. That's Beer Drinking Doll. Followed 6th by Mr. Down East. Back there in 7 is Dia Harlica. And trailing the field is Portobello Sultan. Single file now as they race on over to the 3/8. The quarter was in 28 and 2. And out front, FF Stella leads the way. A length and a quarter. In the pocket is Ranger. In at the rail and looking at it from 3 in the early going is Evening Star. Gap of 3.5, 4 lengths back to Waterside Kicker pacing in 4. Off the turn in front of the grandstand now. First time as they approach the halfway point. It's FF Stella dictating the pace. Leading it by a length and a half. Second is Rager. Next in line, Evening Star. Third up the rail, Waterside Kicker closing up that gap. Fourth out first over is Beer Drinking Doll in 5. Then back to Mr. Down East, Dia Harlica, and Portobello Sultan is at the back of the field. The half reached in 58 seconds flat. They continue on to 3/4, and FF Stella continues to show the way. Now leading it by 2 lengths. Rager is still second. Evening Star pacing along third. Is angled off the rail inside, looking for room. Waterside Kicker in 4. Then 5th on the outside and coming 3 high. That's Dia Harlica, but FF Stella striding out to lead it by 5. 3/4 in 1, 28 and 4. Evening Star now on for second, followed by Dia Harlica third. Out 3 wide into 4 is Portobello Sultan. An 8th left to come. It's FF Stella by 6 with less than an 8th to come. With Dia Harlica on the outside. Evening Star at the rail is now third. Portobello Sultan 4th. Mr. Down East the 5th one. Down the stretch they come. It's all FF Stella here in the opener. Winning it easily over Dia Harlica and Evening Star. Race number 2 of the evening has Magali Joy, Delight's Image. Remember Kenzie, Mo Blessenden Blues, Links Land, All-American Parade, JCA, and Weather Channel. They're off, and as they leave the gate, Mo Blessenden Blues getting the first call, driving out second. That is Links Land down on the inside, and away third is Magali Joy. 4th on the outside and crossing over is All-American Parade. Then next in line out of 5 as they continue by the opening 8th. That's Remember Kenzie. Off Stridle on the inside went the Light Image, and moving up into 7 as they head to the opening quarter is JCA, but Mo Blessenden Blues out front is showing the way, a length and a half. Giving chase in the pocket, second is Links Land. Then a gap of 2.5 back, third to Magali Joy, caught outside. All-American Parade inside is Remember Kenzie in 5. 6th along the rail, that's JCA. Back in 7 is Weather Channel. And the breaker, Delight Image, is trailing the field. They were past the quarter in 29. And for 5 seconds, they continue off the top turn. Mo Blessenden Blues trotting on the front end. Still leads the way by a length and a quarter. Getting the trip in the pocket, that's Linksland racing second. Magali Joy takes a look at a 3, holding down the 4 spot. That is Remember Kenzie, tied up in 5, All-American Parade. Gapped out is JCA in 6, back in 7 is Weather Channel. They were past the half in 1 minute flat. They continue on to the backstretch. Mo Blessenden Blues by 2 lengths. With Linksland second on the inside and pacing in 3. That is Magali Joy. Back there in 4 as they approach 3/4. Remember Kenzie. But it's Mo Blessenden Blues opening up now by 3, 4 open lengths as they arrive at 3/4. It's Mo Blessenden Blues as they race on now to the 7/8, 3/4 in 1, 29 and 3. Could Mo Blessenden Blues be going after the track trotting record? It's 1:59 and 4 as they move on past the 7/8. Mo Blessenden Blues out there by 7 now. Magali Joy coming on for second. Off the turn and down the stretch they come, and they're led home by Mo Blessenden Blues. Magali Joy second, third is Linksland, but Mo Blessed and Blues will take it. Second is Magali Joy, and finishing third, Linksland. That's a new track trotting record here at Truro Raceway. Mo Blessed and Blues, 1:59.1. Past the 7/8. Race number 3 of the evening, Atlantic Sire Stake 3-year-old pacing colt B Division. Elm Grove Elvis, Acton Moneymaker, Found Wanting, Woodmere Fool's Son, HV Bernie, Little Quick, and Fit to Been Tied. They're off and pacing. Elm Grove Elvis moving out from the rail to grab the early lead. Acton Moneymaker will cross over to take a seat second. Found Wanting is away, sitting in 3. And back there in 4, Woodmere Fool's Son outside wide 5th. That's Fit to Been Tied. Then back to HV Bernie, and the early trailer is Little Quick into the backstretch. First time as the Colts head on to the opening panel. It's Elm Grove Elvis out front, leading it by a length and a half. Sitting in the garden spot, Acton Moneymaker, followed along third by Found Wanting. Settling in at the rail was Fit to Been Tied in the 4 spot. Campaigning the rail in 5. That's Woodmere Fool's Son. Up on the outside into 6 is Little Quick, and HV Bernie is now sitting at the back of the field. They were past the quarter, 29 seconds flat. They check in at the 3/8 up front. It's still Elm Grove Elvis by a length and a half. Quickly now, moving up alongside, Fit to Been Tied, looking to take over the lead as they approach the half. Fit to Been Tied up to engage Elm Grove Elvis as they head past the halfway point. Behind them is Acton Moneymaker, gapping out of the pocket third. Outside, gap on the cover 4th. That's Found Wanting. Then Little Quick is racing in 5. Woodmere Fool's Son back there in 6. And to the outside from 7 goes HV Bernie. They checked in at the half in 59 3/5 seconds. Elm Grove Elvis leading it by 1 length outside and braving it first over. That is Fit to Been Tied racing second. Still in the pocket is Acton Moneymaker, now a closer third, followed 4th by Found Wanting. 5th, then moving on the outside as they continue past 3/4 HV Bernie, but it's still Elm Grove Elvis in control now, leading it by a length and a half on the inside. That's Acton Moneymaker reclaiming second. Outside and still there third is Fit to Been Tied. Inquiry sign posted 3/4, 1:29 and 4. Off the turn with less than an 8 to come. Elm Grove Elvis still there. Acton Moneymaker needs the passing lane. Outside and coming wide. That is Little Quick. Down the stretch they come. And Little Quick down the center of the track. Now taking aim at Elm Grove Elvis. Little Quick on the outside. And the final strides to win it. Second, Elm Grove Elvis. Acton Moneymaker third. Fourth race of the evening. Top of the stretch, Down East Liz, Dusty Lane Sly, Heart Stealer, Glengal Cam, Paxki, J.K. Down, De Minimis, and Anthony Soprano. They're off and pacing. Dusty Lane Sly away quickly. Out the rail is Down East Liz as they race into the first turn. Down East Liz using rail advantage to grab the lead, but Dusty Lane Sly still looking for the top spot on the outside and caught wide now racing third. That is Paxki. Inside Heart Stealer gets away racing in the 4 spot. 5th and driving up on the outside as they continue into the backstretch is J.K. Down in out the rail. And 6th is Glengal Cam. Further on back and racing in 7, Anthony Soprano, the early trailer. That is De Minimis. They race into the turn on their way to the 3/8. Outside, Dusty Lane Sly being parked out by Down East Liz. Outside and covered up, racing third. That is Paxke. The quarter was paced in 29 1/5 second. The battle for the lead continues on the front end. Outside, Dusty Lane Sly, and down at the rail is Down East Liz. They round the top turn and race through the stretch. J.K. Down coming in the bowl. 3 wide move as they race past the halfway point. Down East Liz is the leader. Out there 3 high is J.K. Down second, inside third. That's Heart Stealer, Dusty Lane Sly. Going the long route outside, backing off now to fourth. Fifth and coming 3 wide, Anthony Soprano. They head past the 5/8, 59, and 3 was the half. On the outside, J.K. Down is now forging to the top, but Down East Liz trying to battle back second. Anthony Soprano now up into contention, is well spotted second over third. Inside fourth is Heart Stealer, 3 wide from 5. That is Paxke, sixth in at the rail, Glengal Cam. They're heading now to the 7/8, and J.K. Down has cleared the lead, has it a length and a half. Anthony Soprano now uncovered on the outside second. Down East Liz at the rail is racing third. The inside fourth, that's Heart Stealer, 3/4 in 1, 30 and 4. Off the turn, a straight now for the stretch drive. J.K. Down leads them home. Outside, Anthony Soprano. Inside is Down East Liz, but it's J.K. Down, and J.K. Down will report home a 2.5, 3-length winner over Anthony Soprano and a closing Paxke. Fifth race, top of the stretch, second B Division, 3-year-old pacing colts, Greyland Hill, Lindale Legacy, Island Seastorm, Beer Drinking Pro, R.G. Albert, Fattel, and Putnam's Jet. They're off and pacing. Greyland Hill at the rail, away to grab the early lead. Outside, Island Seastorm gets away second. Crossing over, that's R.G. Albert looking for and finding a spot at the rail third. On the limit away fourth is Fattel, fifth inside. As they continue on by the opening eighth, Lindale Legacy. Then back to the trailing pair, Beer Drinking Pro and Putnam's Jet. The Colts head through the backstretch for time 1, approaching the opening quarter. And out front, that's Greyland Hill by 2. Second at the rail is Island Seastorm, followed closely third by Fattel. Then R.G. Albert holds down the 4 spot, campaigning the rail in 5, Lindale Legacy. Beer Drinking Pro has only one beaten, that is Putnam's Jet, as they race single file onto the 3/8. The quarter was paced in 29 seconds. They continue off the turn and race on through the stretch now as they approach the half. No change in the front end. Greyland Hill continues to chart the path. The first up attacker, that's R.G. Albert as they arrive at the halfway point. Staying in the pocket and getting a golden journey in 3 is Island Seastorm. Out second over is Beer Drinking Pro in 4. Then fifth along the rail, that's Fattel. Third over in 6, Putnam's Jet. As they continue on to the backstretch for the final time, they were past the half in 1 minute and 2/5 seconds. It's still Greyland Hill holding the lead by 1 length. Outside uncovered second is R.G. Albert. Island Seastorm locked up in the pocket third. Getting a second over toe is Beer Drinking Pro. Fourth on the limb, fifth on the inside as they approach 3/4 is Fattel. On to the 7/8 now they head. And out front and still there, Greyland Hill. Outside R.G. Albert, Island Seastorm in the pocket. Fattel has nowhere to go at the rail, racing fourth. 3/4 in 1, 31 and 1/8 left to come. And Greyland Hill striding out now by 3 as they make the final turn. Island Seastorm still second with Fattel racing third through the stretch. It's Greyland Hill and gate to wire fashion in the second B Division of the Colts over Island Seastorm and Fattel. Race number 6, leaders first, Magic Ombre, Armor M. Petit Prince, Clover Hills Dot, St. Lad's Chief, Paid in Silver, Mac Mirabelle, and Waterside Cheer. They're off. Inside, leaders first. Away quickly, grabs the early lane, followed out by Magic Ombre second. RM Petit Prince up on the limb is third. Crossing over from post 8 into 4 is Waterside Cheer. Then getting away, sitting in the 5 spot as they head by the opening 8th. That's Clover Hills Dot back in 6 as they move to the opening quarter. Mac Mirabel, the 7th away. As they continue down the backstretch, that's St. Lad's Chief, and trailing the field is Paid in Silver. They arrive at the opening quarter, and up front it's Leaders First, showing the way, leading at a length and a quarter. Settling now in the garden spot, that is RM Petite Prince. Magic Ombre next in line, 3rd. Waterside Cheer is pacing along in 4, campaigning the rail 5. Clover Hills Dot, Mac Mirabel, a tied up 6th. Gapping out St. Lad's Chief in 7, and 8th, and at the back, that's Paid in Silver. 28 seconds was the initial quarter off the turn, and on down the stretch as they approach the half. Leaders First continues to chart the path. In the pocket, RM Petite Prince 2nd, up into 3 now as they race into the lower turn. Waterside Cheer uncovered. On the outside is Clover Hills Dot racing 4th, providing 2nd over cover for Mac Mirabel, racing 5th. Magic Ombre backing off to 6th. Then St. Lad's Chief and Paid in Silver can see them all. Onto the backstretch, they were past the half. In 58 and 2, it's Leaders First continuing to show the way. On the outside, Clover Hills Dot locked up in the pocket is RM Petite Prince. 2nd over, Mac Mirabel is pacing along in 4. Waterside Cheer has 5. 6th is Paid in Silver. On to the 7/8 they head. Leaders First being prompted along with the first up attacker, Clover Hills Dot, as they race on to the upper turn. 1:28 to 3/4. Leaders First still in control. Clover Hills Dot, RM Petite Prince in the pocket. Mac Mirabel fanning 3 wide for the stretch drive 4th. Down the stretch they come, final time. It's Leaders First by 2. 2nd, RM Petite Prince. Mac Mirabel, Paid in Silver. Leaders First drawing out to win it by 3. Finishing 2nd. It's close. Looks like RM Petite Prince, and it's close for 3rd, Mac Mirabel, and a closing Paid in Silver. Race number 7. Sponsored by United Tote, has No Ordinary Lady, Life of Crime, Faithful Companion, Real Bond, Man with the Big Cigar, PH Princes, Prince Alexander, and Clock Hanover. They're off and pacing. Real Bond first off the gate will grab the early lead as they race into the first turn. Inside, No Ordinary Lady. Up on the outside, Life of Crime. And on the far outside, Clock Hanover caught wide, racing 4th. Inside, Faithful Companion emerging in 5. Finding a spot at the rail in 6 is Prince Alexander. Then back in 7 as they continue on to the opening quarter. He is Man with the Big Cigar off stride to the inside. Went No Ordinary Lady as they race through the backstretch first time on past the opening quarter. Real Bond out front leads it by 2. Life of Crime giving chase 2nd. Now spotted 3rd. That is Clock Hanover. Faithful Companion back there in 4. Followed 5th by Prince Alexander. Then in 6, Man with the Big Cigar. Back in 7 is PH Princess. The quarter was paced in 28 seconds flat. They move off the turn. Racing on through the stretch now as they approach the half, and Real Bond continues to show the way, leading it by 3-4 lengths. 2nd is Life of Crime. Clock Hanover is pacing along 3rd. Faithful Companion has 4. Back in 5. That's Prince Alexander. 6th is PH Princess. Back in 7 is Man with the Big Cigar, and back and trailing is the breaker, No Ordinary Lady. The half in a blistering 56 and 4/5 seconds. Real Bond leads them into the backstretch, out there by 7. On for 2nd now, that's Clock Hanover. Faithful Companion moving up to 3rd. Backing off along the rail, Life of Crime. As they continue past 3/4, it's Real Bond. Clock Hanover trying to cut into that lead 2nd. Faithful Companion 3rd. Then Prince Alexander moving wide 4th. 3 high from 5. That's PH Princess. On to the 7/8 they head. 1:26 and 2 was the 3/4. It's Clock Hanover trying to reel in Real Bond, but Real Bond is out there by 6-7 lengths with less than an 8th to come. On down the stretch they come. It's all Real Bond here in the 7th race. The battle strictly for the place spot. Prince Alexander, Clock Hanover, and PH Princess, but Real Bond will win it 2nd. That is Prince Alexander in finishing a 3rd at PH Princess. Race 8. 3-year-old Pacing Colts A Division Atlantic Sire Stakes for a purse of $7,220. Accelerated Putnam. Dr. Alexander B. Rugged Coast. Mr. Solming. Comeback Surtax. And Money Haha. They're off and pacing. Rugged Coast first off the wings of the gate, looking to grab the early lead from the outside. Money Haha. Dr. Alexander B. down on the inside of third. Then coming away spotted fourth is Mr. Solming back there in 5 as they head on to the opening quarter. Accelerated Putnam and the early Triller as they race on to the opening quarter is Comeback Surtax. Through the backstretch, single file as they approach the opening quarter. Out front to dictate the early pace, that's Rugged Coast leading it by a length and a half. Dr. Alexander B. will take the pocket journey, followed to third at the rail by Money Haha. Then looking at it from 4 is Mr. Solming. Then back in 5, Accelerated Putnam, and treading the field as they continue on past the 3/8 is Comeback Surtax. 29-2 was the opening quarter. No change as they approach the half. It's still Rugged Coast showing the way, leading it by 2. Dr. Alexander B. in pursuit second. Out first over now comes Mr. Solming third. On the inside is Money Haha fourth. Comeback Surtax following cover on the outside fifth. And Accelerated Putnam is now the 6th one. 59-2 the half. On to the backstretch. Final time. Rugged Coast maintaining a lead. Now a length and a half is the margin as they approach 3/4. Inside second is number 2, Dr. Alexander B. Mr. Solming is working uncovered on the outside. Is now within 3 parts of a length of Rugged Coast as they advance on to the 7/8 now. On the outside, Mr. Solming, Rugged Coast at the rail. 128 to 3/4, midway round the final turn. Rugged Coast now being engaged by Mr. Solming. Dr. Alexander B. angled off the rail, 3 high third. Down the stretch they come, final time. On the inside, Rugged Coast. Mr. Solming on the outside. Far outside, Dr. Alexander B. Down the stretch they come. At the 9, it's tight. Dr. Alexander B. and Mr. Solming. Those two in a win photo with Rugged Coast third. Race number 9 of the evening has Wadacor BG, Dreams Matter, $1 Million Dancer, Galois Duhara, Lady Gigi, Chris and Tellero, Woodmere Quick Peak, and Shooter's Bay. They're off and pacing away quickly. Galois Duhara out looking for the early lead. Down at the rail is Wadacor BG. They race into the first turn, heading on to the opening 8th. Galois Duhara on the outside. Driving up, looking to overtake Wadacor BG as they race into the backstretch for time 1. Then in behind them and getting away third, $1 Million Dancer, followed by Dreams Matter in 4, back there in 5 as they approach the opening quarter is Chris and Tellero. They're battling for the lead up front. Wadacor BG on the inside. Galois Duhara now taken back. Will grab a seat in the pocket second. $1 Million Dancer gets away third. Dreams Matter in 4. Back in 5, Chris and Tellero. The quarter in a snappy 27 and 2/5 seconds as they make their way off the top turn and approach the halfway point. Out front and setting the lively clip is Wadacor BG. Galois Duhara is the pocket sitter, gapped out in 3. That's $1 Million Dancer. Dreams Matter is 4th. Out first over in 5 is Chris and Tellero. Then Lady Gigi has 6, back in 7, Shooter's Bay. And the trailer is Woodmere Quick Peak, the half in 56 and 4. They race on to the backstretch now for the final time. It's Wadacor BG by 1. Galois Duhara second. $1 Million Dancer now to the outside third. Continuing 3 wide is Chris and Tellero fourth. They approach 3/4. Wadacor BG still the leader. Out there 3 wide is Chris and Tellero. Galois Duhara in the pocket. Backing off, $1 Million Dancer. Dreams Matter in at the rail is moving up into 4. They head on to the 7/8. It's still Wadacor BG. Galois Duhara right there second. 127 and 3/4. Third on the outside is Chris and Tellero. An 8th left to come. And they're led home by Wadacor BG. Galois Duhara is second. Chris and Tellero. Dreams Matter down the stretch they come. Wadacor BG. Galois Duhara on the outside. Wadacor BG winning it. Goroy's to hurrah, second, third, Dreams Matter. Race number 10 of the evening, Actin' My Way, Greyland Spider, all bent out of shape. Connors Cambo, TM Top Gun, Boxcar Johnny, and Buster's Brother. Second A division, 3-year-old colts. They're off and pacing, all bent out of shape. First off the gate looking for the lead. Greyland Spotter moving away second. Followed by TM Top Gun in 3, crossing over and finding room at the rail in 4 as they head by the opening 8th is Buster's Brother. Then the back of the inside racing in 5, Actin' My Way. Followed 6th into the backstretch by Connors Cambo and the early trailer, Boxcar Johnny. Single file racing past the opening quarter. All bent out of shape out there by 2.5. Greyland Spider in pursuit. Second, third is TM Top Gun, followed by Buster's Brother racing in 4. Holding down 5, Actin' My Way. Then back in 6 is Connors Cambo. And the 7th and trailing one, that is Boxcar Johnny. 29-4 was the quarter. They're still single file off the turn and into the stretch now as they approach the halfway marker. No change up front, all bent out of shape. Is still out there, leading it now a length and a half. Greyland Spider second, the first to sacrifice. TM Top Gun will move first over third. At the rail in 4 is Buster's Brother. Then 5th on the inside, Actin' My Way. On to the backstretch, they head for the final time. The half reached in a minute flat. Out front, all bent out of shape, is still in control. Outside and uncovered second. That is TM Top Gun in the pocket. Greyland Spider racing third. Then Actin' My Way as they continue on down the backstretch and into the turn now as they race out of the 7/8. They're still led by all bent out of shape. TM Top Gun outside second, third on the inside. That's Greyland Spider. Buster's Brother is 4th. They're midway round the final turn. 1:28-4 was the 3/4, all bent out of shape, opening now by 2.5. On the outside, TM Top Gun on the inside. Greyland Spider third. Buster's Brother down the stretch they come. All bent out of shape, winning it handily. Finishing second, that is TM Top Gun on the show spot to Greyland Spider. Race number 11 of the evening has Hilo, Rumble Cheeks, Argentina. This is your night. San Marco, Hanover, Cam Cool, and Stonebridge Magnum. They're off. Away quickly, San Marco, Hanover. Also driving out is Argentina. As they race into the first turn, Argentina on the inside, San Marco, Hanover on the outside. Those two vying for the early lead as they head by the opening 8th. Crossing over, Cam Cool quickly grabs a seat at the rail in 3, gapped out in 4. That is Hilo, followed 5th on the outside by This Is Your Night. Back in 6, Rumble Cheeks in the trailer. That is Stonebridge Magnum. They arrive at the opening quarter. Out front, leading the way, San Marco, Hanover by a length. In the pocket, second. That is Argentina, followed at the rail in 3 by Cam Cool. Closing up that gap is Hado in 4. On the limb, This Is Your Night, parked out 5th. 6th on the inside for Rumble Cheeks. Then back in trailing as they continue off the top turn. Stonebridge Magnum off stride there. This Is Your Night. 27-3 was the quarter. In front of the grandstand and on past the halfway point. Out front, leading the way. That's San Marco, Hanover by a length and a half. Second is Argentina. Cam Cool out first over third. Then on the outside, Hado is pacing in 4. 5th for Rumble Cheeks. Back in 6, Stonebridge Magnum. And the breaker, This Is Your Night, is trailing. 57-3 was the half. On to the backstretch, final time. San Marco, Hanover there by 3/4 of a length. Cam Cool outside second is now inching in on San Marco, Hanover as they arrive at 3/4. Cam Cool on the outside. San Marco, Hanover at the rail to the outside. Argentina third. Then back to Hado 4th, and Cam Cool is forging to the lead. has it by half a length. Outside and coming 3 wide is Argentina, battling back San Marco Hanover at the rail. 3 wide, 126 and 2 was the 3/4 on the inside, battling back San Marco Hanover, a slight lead. Outside is Cam Cool. Argentina the far outside. Down the stretch they come, and Argentina getting up to win it. San Marco Hanover trying to hold off a closing hot-o for the place spot. Race number 12, top of the stretch. Atlantic Sire Stake, 3-year-old colt, A division. I'd be good at that. Island Redemption, Benny Rabbit, Clay Matter, Putnam's Force, Southview, Sampson, and Ultimate Yankee. They're off and pacing. I'd be good at that. Moving out from the rail to grab the early lead. Island Redemption will come away to race second up on the outside, and pacing in 3 as they head on by the opening 8th. That is Putnam's Force. Then on the inside, emerging in 4, Benny Rabbit on the limb. Ultimate Yankee has 5, back in 6 as they move into the backstretch for time 1 is Clay Matter and Southview Sampson, the early trailer. They head past the opening quarter. I'd be good at that on the outside. And backing off now, that is Putnam's Force to grab a seat out the rail. Island Redemption is the pocket sitter. They race single file on to the 3/8. I'd be good at that out there by 2.5. Island Redemption. Then Putnam's Force, followed at the rail in 4 by Benny Rabbit, the quarter 28 and 1 as they move off the turn. The Colts approach the halfway point with I'd be good at that, continuing to dictate the pace. Still out there by 2. Island Redemption getting the trip second, third. At the rail as they move past the half is Putnam's Force. Out first over comes Ultimate Yankee in 4. 5th is Benny Rabbit. Back in 6 is Southview Sampson. And to the outside for the back as they continue on to the backstretch. Clay Matter, they race on past the 5/8, the half, 58 and 1. I'd be good at that. Still maintaining that 2-length advantage outside. And racing uncovered second is Ultimate Yankee. Island Redemption still in the pocket third. Outside, Benny Rabbit is now moving second over 4th. Inside 5th is Putnam's Force. They race to the 7/8 now. And they're still led by I'd be good at that. Ultimate Yankee braving it first over. Island Redemption in the pocket is a locked up third. Out second over. Benny Rabbit racing 4th. 127 and 4 was the 3/4. I'd be good at that by 3/4 of a length. Outside Ultimate Yankee inside. And still in the pocket and now into the passing lane. Island Redemption. Through the stretch they come. I'd be good at that. Island Redemption on the inside at the 9. Island Redemption up the passing lane to win it. I'd be good at that. Second, Putnam's Force third. Race 13, the Nova Scotia Provincial Exhibition Cup Invitational Pace has Rum Tough Customer and Darren Crow. Outlaw Positive Charge with Terry Goliath, Mark Campbell and Barrett Jackson. Gilles Berrio and PH Tornado, Proven Lover with Gary Chappell, PH Best Man with Todd Trites, and St. Pete Star with Danny Romo. They're off and pacing, and away quickly is Proven Lover. Just like that, he grabs the lead as they race into the first turn. That's Proven Lover driving out to the lead by 2. Away second is Outlaw Positive Charge. Down at the rail and pacing away in 3, PH Tornado, followed by Barrett Jackson 4th. Back at the rail in 5 is PH Best Man, followed 6th by St. Pete Star, and the trailer Rum Tough Customer single file racing past the opening quarter. It's Proven Lover out front, leading it by 2. Outlaw Positive Charge follows along in the pocket second. Then next in line third, that's PH Tornado. Barrett Jackson holds down the 4 spot at the rail in 5. That's PH Best Man. 27 and 1 was the opening quarter. They continue off the turn. Out front, Proven Lover and Gary Chappell out there by 2 as they approach the half. In pursuit, second is Outlaw Positive Charge. Next in line, third as they make their way past the half, PH Tornado. Barrett Jackson back there in 4. Then PH Best Man angled off the rail from 5, followed by St. Pete Star. And the trailer Rum Tough Customer, the half. 56 seconds flat. They move to the backstretch for the final time, and Proven Lover still holding that 2-length lead as they race on to 3/4. Outlaw Positive Charge is racing along second. Outside uncovered third is PH Best Man at the rail racing in 4th. is PH Tornado. Then back to Barrett Jackson, St. Pete Star, and at the back, Rum Tough Customer, but Proven Lover still leads the way now just by 1. Outside is PH Best Man second. Outlaw Positive Charge will need the passing lane third. 124 and 4 3/4. It's still Proven Lover out front, leading it by a length. PH Best Man trying to reel him in on the inside. Outlaw Positive Charge. PH Best Man on the outside. PH Best Man getting up to take it. Tight for second. We'll need a place photo. PH Tornado and Proven Lover. Riding back into victory lane is the winner of the 2010 Nova Scotia Provincial Exhibition Cup Invitational Pace, number 6, PH Best Man. 5-year-old son of Cam Best, out of the Artiscape Dam Art Blanche, owned by Dr. Jim Shive of Shubenacadie. Trained by Dr. Trevin Shive, Todd Treitz in the bike. The winning driver, his third winning drive of the evening. PH Best Man, just 2/5 of a second off the track record here at Truro, winning in 1:53 and 4/5. On trackside, on behalf of the Nova Scotia Provincial Exhibition, Sonny Dunbar making the trophy and a blanket presentation to the winning connections of PH Best Man, winning the 2010 Exhibition Cup, 1:53 and 4.